State Fire Marshal has a preliminary report out citing several code violations at that high school. The mayor says they're on top of it. A local firefighter disagrees. News 8's Stephanie Simone went digging for answers.
Fire struck Shelton High School back in 2008. It's a scary scenario if you look at a recent report by the State Fire Marshal's office. But the news didn't come as a surprise to Mayor Mark Loretti.
It's pretty much what we had anticipated and expected. Pretty much goes along the discussions that we've had with the State Fire Marshal's office for the last 2 years.
This is the report the State Fire Marshal's office released June 15th. There are 17 violations in here, violations which school officials say they're working on.
We are aware that some of those go all the way back to the original design plan. But as I said, we have already taken action on many of the code violations.
Burr says the biggest issue is windowless classrooms. He says they didn't know how to tackle the problem. That's why it's taken time.
I also think it put us in a holding pattern, because how do we endeavor to begin corrective action on what we think is a remedy when we don't have specific feedback from the state on telling us what the exact remedy is?
I think the mayor's blowing smoke.
Chris Jones ran for mayor twice against Loretti, and he's a volunteer firefighter. He says they waited on the problems, especially on those rooms without windows. Are those classrooms safe?
I don't know. I mean, in today's world, is it safe to have just one entrance in a classroom?
Should parents feel safe for their children to go to that high school?
Well, I can tell you that this parent, who has 4 children in that building, feels very safe.
He says they haven't waited on the issues.
Sat and waited for the report to come out to get some direction from the State Fire Marshal's office.
But it's not going to be a quick fix. I talked to the superintendent. He says he hopes to have all the renovations completed by the end of next summer. In Shelton, Stephanie Simone, News 8.